No one ever said life was fair. Just eventful. Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. Words, once they are printed, have a life of their own. When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go. Because nobody goes through life without a scar. I have always grown from my problems and challenges, from the things that don't work out. That's when I've really learned. Giving birth is like taking your lower lip and forcing it over your head. There's a quote of hers, Lucille Ball, that I've always loved. I guess I would rather regret the things I've done than to regret the things I've never done. When I was little I would always stand in front of a mirror and cross my eyes. Then my mother would come in and say, "Stop that, nothing will ever come of it." Adolescence is just one big walking pimple. The sidewalk was all cracked and wavy, like little hills, and the weeds pushed their way up through the cement. I had to roller skate there anyway, because they wouldn't let me out of their sight, and they could watch me from the swing on the front porch of the old house. It was hard to skate there, and I kept falling down and getting sores on my knees. Sometimes, when they left me alone in 102 to go to the store, I'd turn on the radio and dance all around the room. I'd get on the furniture and jump from couch to the bed to the chair, leaping and twirling the whole time. I don't have false teeth. Do you think I'd buy teeth like these? Carol, if you could be a member of the opposite sex for 24 hours, and then pop back and be yourself again, who would you be and what would you do? My mind started racing like mad. Opposite sex. For 24 hours. Who would I be? What would I do? I said a quick little prayer. Please, let me just open my mouth and have whatever comes out make sense. I took a deep breath and what came out was this. I'd be Osama bin Laden, and I'd kill myself. Dance, dance for me, dance with the stars, laugh. Laugh for me wherever you are, sing. Sing out loud like angels do, remember me the way I'll remember you, love. Love for me with all your soul, cry. Cry for me as I grow old, see. See me from the edge of heavens, I feel for me 'cause feelings never die, I'll remember you, my very special friend, until we meet again. She lit another cigarette and smiled. And that, kid, is when they added the S to the end of my last name. I laughed right through the kumquats. I miss her. She died early on the morning of my birthday in 1989, and I got my flowers and the card from her that afternoon. I made a fool of myself over John Foster Dulles. I made an ass of myself over John Foster Dulles. Something wasn't right. They weren't laughing. I pushed on. The first time I saw him 'twas at the UN. I never had been one to swoon over men, but I swooned and the drums started pounding, and then I made a fool of myself over John Foster Dulles. Nothing. Nada. They were just sitting there, staring at me. It wasn't that they were unruly or not interested. It would have been better if they had been, but no, they were paying attention, they just weren't laughing. I felt like I was performing in front of an oil painting. And this was only the opening number. I had 20 minutes to go. My body was heavy with dread. As for the career, sometimes I catch myself daydreaming about being young again and doing it all over. Then I bring myself up short when I realize how incredibly fortunate I was. Oh God, I wiped my eyes with my fingers and looked up at him. He had kind eyes, bleary, but kind. Hey there, little lady. He smiled at me nicely. His voice matched his kind eyes. Yes, sir, please, God, don't let me blubber. Well, my goodness. He reeled back, bumping up against the wall, and then pulled himself forward again. Aren't you the little lady I just saw this very minute? Downstairs, just now, on the stage. He had a sweet smile. I was starting to feel a little bit better. I smiled back. Yes, sir, I am. There was a pause. Boy, you stink. And with that he disappeared into the men's room. Our legacy is really the lives we touch, the inspiration we give, altering someone's plan, if even for a moment, and getting them to think, rage, cry, laugh, argue, walk around the block, dazed. More than anything, we are remembered for our smiles, The ones we share with our closest and dearest, and the ones we bestow on a total stranger, who needed it right then, and God put you there to deliver. Carrie Louise Hamilton. Dedication page.